Welcome in, college football backers. We are here for another week of the merit-based model. College football backers. Merit-based model is going after the top 12 with the college football guidelines developed by none other than Brian Buckeye Stats himself. So with the help of his trusty computer, welcome in. Bayou Bengal Backers gives us the perspective from the South. So we need a little bit of that in here. It is brought to you by Polymarket. So link is in the comments. Go check it out. Use that for all your betting sources, whether it be making bets or, just looking at them and deciding what you want to do with them. All right. We're not here to influence you to bet one way or the other, but if you need help, you can look up the number. It's 1-800 something. I don't know what it is, but go look it up.
Nice.
Anyway, are we ready to get into it? We want to get right into it, or is there anything you want to talk about before we jump into the model?
Let's do it.
Let's bring the model to the stage. Wow, I sound like Jeffrey Epstein or something.
Oh, sheesh.
All right, first one. Different than last week, right?
Different than last week. That's right.
San Diego State. What changed this week to get JMU up in there?
So last week we liked San Diego State, and I think the model really liked them because of their primarily because of their defense and because of some of they had played a Power 4 team. This week JMU actually did play Washington State, and they eked out a win 24-20. And James Madison does also have a very highly ranked defense, although they haven't really played anybody. They have a fifth ranked defense and 24 ranked offense. Getting that Power 4 win does help them out here, so that's what edged them out over San Diego State. Also, only having the one loss does help them out tremendously. The model still does love San Diego State a lot. I can tell you it wasn't by much, but getting that win over Washington State does get them the notch here at 12.
Man, justice for North Texas, though, man. Come on.
Justice for North Texas. I will say that the model is starting to take a look at them, but, they also did beat Washington State. I will give them the credit. Not only did they beat Washington State, they dog-walked Washington State. Who doesn't dog-walk Washington State? I guess JMU didn't dog-walk.
But that 62-36 loss to the USF. Come on, man. You can't be rated. You can't be rated like that.
Yeah. So North Texas has the 72 ranked defense in the nation, and they haven't played anybody. You're playing Rice, and they're playing Temple this weekend. They play the School of the Blind, and they still have the 72 ranked defense in the nation. So. Fair. There you have it. JMU, number 12.
We got some Buckeyes up in the locker room here. Pass the Wolverine jersey. I'm going to make some of that. That's actually a great idea, Temple of Brutus. Cody Croy.
My man. Cody.
If you're not following Cody Croy, go find him on Facebook. Go find him on Twitter. Go find him on Instagram.
Has Cody hit 1,000 yet?
Cody, let us know. Have you hit the 1,000 yet on Twitter? X, whatever we want to call it. Laney says hi. What up? Here we go. Finally, Ohio State. Finally, I don't know if that's a Michigan fan saying finally it's coming or what that is, but here we go. Here we go. All right, Ohio State or Michigan. I'm going.
They're clearly picking Michigan. Let's be real.
Oh, 10 away.
You got to get that.
I'm gonna hit pause before we're done with this show. If Cody doesn't hit 1,000, I'm gonna do a headstand or something. We gotta get that man to 1,000 followers before the end of the show.
Well, now I kind of want him stuck at $9.99 just to see you do a handstand.
All right, let's move on. We got JMU. Right. Who's number 11?
Number 11.
Oh, wait. Before we do we want to know who gets bounced out? Or are we going to say that to the end?
Who gets bounced? Because per the rules, 12 and 11 are the ones that typically get bounced.
Correct.
That's
So we'll
correct.
save that to the end to talk about
Let's
who gets
say,
bounced.
yeah, let's say that to the end.
We don't want to give nothing away. Here we go. Number 11. Rolling right along. Oklahoma. All right. We'll get into what we had last week, too. The difference between this week and last week at the very end as well. So Oklahoma at 11. I don't believe Oklahoma was in there at 11 last week. If I remember.
No, they were up higher.
Yeah. So why?
They were what, number 8 last week, I believe.
Why did Oklahoma drop? What? Well, I guess we'll wait and see.
I don't know if I should play.
They had some bad wins.
I mean, they had the top 25 win over the weekend. And they've just beaten Alabama. I mean, it is hard to knock them. I will say that.
I don't know where this one went. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna throw this out here.
This is
instead of being so in a past life I was an actor, and we said the show must go on, and instead of the show going on, this was a faux pas on my part. Oklahoma was supposed to get bumped. So Oklahoma was supposed to get bumped in favor of ACC champion Virginia.
Virginia. So Oklahoma got bumped.
Yeah, Oklahoma was actually ranked number 11 in the model. And
that was actually my fault, technically.
Okay, I was going to take the fall for it. Cody.
Yeah, that one's my fault.
But anyway, so Oklahoma gets bumped for Virginia.
Oklahoma gets bumped for ACC champion Virginia. And I believe we had Georgia Tech in here. We had Georgia Tech in here last week as the ACC champ. Obviously, Georgia Tech loses this last week. So now it is Virginia. And Virginia is ranked 26th offensively and 28th defensively. Model does not really like Virginia. Model does not like anyone in the ACC. But we have to put the ACC champion there. I will say this: I've been noticing the way that the CFP is doing their rankings, and they're not doing it the way we are doing it, which I find interesting. They're not picking an ACC champ, because you notice they put in Miami, but they don't put in an ACC champ. So I don't know if the way we're doing it is the correct way, or
it has to be, unless where their ranking is below another conference champion and what they're projecting.
Right. I feel the way we're doing it is correct, because if you do slide into Miami is at large. Miami is not projected to be the ACC champion right now. They're not even projected to be in the ACC championship game for that matter. So I feel like you have to make room for an ACC champion here.
Correct.
So that's why we are sliding in Virginia. I feel like it's the responsible thing to do.
Well, what does the model have Virginia ranked?
I have to go back and look. I don't have it up right now.
There could be another conference that's ranked higher.
They weren't.
Projected conference champion.
So right now, that means you're in a 3-way battle between Virginia, Pitt, and SMU for a championship.
Correct.
Wow.
Wait, didn't they have SMU in last week?
Didn't we have SMU, or did
the college football playoff?
Let me see.
I saw SMU.
I don't recall if they did or not. Let's check real quick. I don't recall them having them in there. I don't see them in here. I don't see them ranked at all in our top 25, actually, last week.
No. Okay.
So, no.
I saw them somewhere. All right. So they have 11 and 12 as BYU and
yeah, actually, I think this week SMU was ranked in number 25 in the AP poll. That's probably where you saw that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So there you have it. So
works.
so our number 11 in our actual top 25 for a model, Oklahoma is 11. They get bumped by Virginia, the ACC champion.
They do talk about it though. I think they talk about who would be like where the cutoff line is. Because they talk about 11 and 12 getting bumped, but I don't think they actually do it yet because they don't know who the champion is. I guess that's why they're saving it.
Yeah, so that's one thing I have noticed in the CFP on Tuesdays. They have not made room for an ACC champion. So I thought that was interesting.
The interesting part would be, does their graphic change after they do that? Like what their projected playoff is?
Yeah. Well, let's keep an eye out for that tomorrow. It'd be interesting to see. But
because I think you'd have to do that, really.
Yeah, I think it's the responsible thing to do.
Spot because what's more fun than seeing who's the first two bumped out?
Well, not if you're one of those teams. That's not fun.
No, it's not. But it's fun to see it, as a fan
right.
of football in general, and seeing like
Absolutely.
why these quality teams get knocked out just for a conference champion that may or may not belong in there. All right, let's go on. 10. BYU. So that's an at-large bid. Maybe. It's got to be. Texas Tech. Yeah.
I'm genuinely surprised that BYU is ahead of Oklahoma.
Yeah. I can see why you're surprised coming out of the SEC.
Well, but
Mr.
to be fair,
Fanboy.
tell me a win that BYU has that's better than Oklahoma's best win.
So according to the model,
better than Michigan.
So according to the model, BYU one loss. BYU also, let's see what else it said. BYU 43rd ranked offense, 31 ranked defense. Oklahoma has the 94th ranked offense. I feel like that would surprise a lot of people. And Oklahoma's defense, no pun intended, because they do have a decent defense. They were without their quarterback for a while. So, and I think the non-computer model here system, the merit-based model system, you're going to get the eye test probably from the committee, and they're probably going to take that to factor in. But for our purposes, the merit-based model, we don't give a shit. We're not going to factor that in. We care about what the numbers say. So what the number
just beat Missouri. Is that right?
Yeah.
They beat Missouri, Alabama, and Michigan this year.
And we don't give a damn about the whole state of Michigan.
So BYU has what their best wins are Utah and Cincinnati?
Yeah, so looking at it now, they beat Cincinnati, Texas Tech. I mean, they kind of played tough. Not really.
They got spanked.
They beat Utah when Utah was.
They spanked Utah pretty good.
24. Well, it was 24-21. I mean, but again, the metrics, the model, they think.
Oh no, it was Texas Tech that spanked Utah. That's right.
Yeah, they think the model thinks BYU is a better team than Oklahoma. So
interesting.
But I will again, I will say if this is where a human comes into play, some of that probably had to do with material being out, and those numbers probably factor in. So
that's fair.
You know what we should do? We should probably do the computer model and then do our adjustment afterwards for our eye test, like the human element.
Sure.
And compare the two.
I think that's fair.
I think we should do that for the last ranking, where we would finagle to make it match the eye test, or just add an eye test element to change the ranking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I'm
and
not
just
gonna
going
lie.
side by side.
Me and this model are about to have a fight.
I think you need to write does not compute for that one. Does not compute. Does not
Yeah,
compute.
there's been a few items where
I'm moving
it's
along.
like we're not in agreement. Yeah, let's move along.
Ole Miss. Okay.
Bye week. Did nothing, lost nothing, except for potentially a head coach.
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh.
Dig. Keep going.
I tell you
Did you see
what.
the SEC short this week about
Yes, it was so good.
it? It was like all the X's coming together. Yeah, he's leaving here.
That's horrible.
And
Oh my god.
and the pine box, the best part was the Tennessee. Read the room.
Oh, so good.
I love it. Those SEC short. Oh, and what happened to Herb Streak, man? Because they had to fill in. That's twice they had to fill in for him.
Yeah, I was wondering that one myself. I wonder if he's no longer partnered with him.
I don't know, because that band sang one time.
Yeah.
It was a couple weeks ago, I think. And then Herb Streak's holding out for more money. Renaissance Bank ain't giving them shit.
Probably.
Ouch. Oh boy, good old Ole Miss. Defensive rank number 30, and man, just a lot of close games here. Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky, I mean, 2-6 in the conference, you know, I mean, 30-23. And we talked about Arkansas, 41-35, and Arkansas is a bottom dweller, 0-7 in the conference. LSU 24-19, and even Washington State. They play Washington State as well. Like everyone's playing Washington State. 24-21 against Washington State.
Yeah, but the coach is leaving. It's the Egg Bowl. It's about to hit the fan. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
His daughter went down to LSU to the booster meeting, dating the linebacker. Like he had this emotion from early season on. Like this whole thing was a big conspiracy. You know how I love my conspiracy theories in college football, man.
Yeah, but I gotta ask you. Say he does accept the job at LSU. Does he finish out the season, going to the playoffs?
I don't see how you do. How do you do that? I mean, if you accept the job, like you go.
Yeah,
that's like if let me ask you this question.
Well, you don't hear that with coordinators.
If you are married, and you tell your wife, "Hey, I've decided I'm gonna go marry the chick down the road, but you know what? I'd like to finish out the holiday season with you in the house."
And she's got a bigger paycheck.
Is that euphemism for something? A bigger paycheck?
Yeah.
How do you think that's gonna fly in your house? Do you think she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it's okay. Let's finish out the holiday season. You sleep in my bed and yeah, let's live on." Do you think she's gonna be okay with that?
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see how that plays out for you.
I think the more likely scenario that you can compare it to is we stick together until the kids are old enough, then we split apart. And that is kind of the situation. You know, for the common good, we get through this and then we go our separate ways. And I think that's kind of how you have to compare it. Like for the common good of Ole Miss and for him potentially getting a national title ring, why not?
But then again, though, it's if you're not 100% with us, we're not with you.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'll make for some sticky situations, but
yeah.
Do you want someone else coaching your team in the playoffs?
I would trust the coordinators.
You would.
Because think about it. At this point, his mind's already at his new job. So now he's got to think about recruiting kids to his new job. The folk they think that, at least how I would see it, is they don't think his mind will be into it 110% like it needs to be.
He's going to be a Benedict Arnold, man. He's going to be sitting there trying to poach some kids from the rosters. Hey.
Oh, and the transfer portal is over in the playoffs.
You gotta get
You gotta
him
go.
out of there.
You gotta
You
go.
gotta get
Yeah.
him out of there, man.
Damn. Yeah. You gonna lose custody in the playoffs?
Jeez.
Yeah, that'll work.
Do you want to live with mom or dad? All right. Who's the next team, man? This is getting crazy. All right, who's next?
Number 8, ding, ding, ding. Here we go, Georgia. The Dogs.
That tough
Georgia.
game against Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, and that's what dropped them in the model.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
Charlotte,
we got
man.
whatever this comment is. I got to read it. All right, Herb Street. Hey, wife, I'm going to take the dog with me to work on road trips. No, you can't go. Only one extra seat in the
That's horrible.
Oh man,
Leave that dog alone. Oh man.
man, I want
All
to take
right,
my dog
Georgia.
to work. That ain't cool.
I'm telling you, man, this SEC squad is not that good this year. Freaking Georgia, 29th offensively.
Well, so far
14.
there's 3 in the model, so they like them.
Yeah, but they all got bumped down this week, though, if you notice. Georgia, 29th offensive ranking and 14th defensively. Like, same thing here. I mean, like, you know, they play Marshall, you know, just, I mean, come on, you just look at the teams they're playing. And I keep going back to Auburn every week. They should have been down 17-0 against Auburn. You play Florida tight, 24-20.
Where's that
Yeah,
Georgia
they
Tech
all-
game at?
I think it's in Atlanta.
Oh, is it? It's
I
not.
think
It's at Georgia Tech, or
I think it's at Georgia Tech because I think they were in Athens last year.
that's interesting.
It's at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Is
Oh.
it? I was wondering if they ever did that.
Oh,
Do they
That's cool.
usually do that? Will they have it? All right. Because I mean, that's
interesting.
Georgia's used to playing there. That's not home field advantage at all.
Yeah,
Georgia plays there more than Tech ever does.
yeah, which is crazy. You would think Georgia Tech would play in there more since they are in Atlanta,
I mean, they do have their own stadium.
but still, though, I mean, I don't know. You would just think.
Yeah,
Who
but
do you think wins that game?
I think this is the year Georgia Tech can take it.
really,
13 and a half is the points on that.
that'd be a good
Georgia
one for the
should
model
win.
run. I see Georgia destroying Tech in that. I think Georgia's turning it on at the right time.
That's fair. It is. I think the only thing that holds me back on saying that is the fact that last year should have been the same situation and it wasn't.
Mhm.
And I think Haynes King has some kind of like omen.
He's got
right
some
now.
voodoo.
Yes.
Yep. Too bad it's not in the French quarters.
Right.
Who we got it for? It's got to be Tech. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Who we got
Is
at
it
5? Who we got at 6? Who we got at 7? All right, Notre Dame made a big jump.
They did.
Notre Dame.
Well,
So they were
to be
out.
fair, they ran 0 offensive plays and had 21 points against Syracuse the other day. It was absurd.
Notre Dame. Man, Jeremiah.
Finally, Bowser's in here. He was waiting.
Man.
I mean,
Told you guys.
I think they
Told you
had to
guys.
overcome those 2 losses for the model to be like, all right, you're
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Well, one can now say, since quality losses seem to matter, one can say Notre Dame is looking like they have 2 pretty darn good quality losses in Miami and Texas A&M now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
3-point
mean,
loss, 3-point loss to Miami and 1-point loss to Texas A&M.
and if that's your
Sweet.
only 2 losses, Bowser was about to lose it, man. He was out.
And hey, there's another thing too about Notre Dame that needs to be mentioned. Jeremiah Love is really starting to do some stuff as the season's closing out.
Give that boy some love.
He'll be
All
in
right.
New York. I can say that.
Yeah. So is it safe to say that Notre Dame stays within the model's top 12? from now on.
Yeah. I would think so.
Yeah, I mean, they have Stanford left.
What's
which
the
they-
model
they
going to
should
say
win.
about the conference championship games, though, compared to those that don't
Oh.
play?
Is there
This
a
is the-
way? Is there a way to adjust the model and how it looks at the conference championship, since the committee itself says that the conference championship essentially does not hurt you if you lose?
Well, since
teams are matched
since,
up
since we
head-to-head.
are since we are designing the model, we can design the model to do whatever we want. But the model is supposed to be designed with the
Completely
CFP,
unbiased.
completely unbiased, but also designed in such a way with the CFP in mind. So if the CFP is saying that conference championships do not hurt, that is how we are going to design our
I
model.
don't think, did they say that this year? Last year they said a loss shouldn't hurt you, but there was
Yeah.
always that disclaimer. If you got waxed, if it was a large margin of victory, you might either rise, or if you're on the losing end, you might fall. I don't know that they've said it this year. And I can't recall if they have said, and maybe they haven't got into it as much because we're not that close to it. Now we're getting, after this week, when the rankings come out, they're going to start talking about conference championships. But if you have a head-to-head, that has to matter. If it's Ohio State and Indiana,
Sure.
that has to make a difference in where you're ranked, and on a neutral site. And then at the SEC championship game, that's going to matter. What would be interesting will be the Big 12, because if BYU ends up beating Texas Tech in a rematch, that's going to be interesting. And how does our model take that?
I can't even imagine that one.
Which game matters more? I guess you go margin of victory too in that.
Yeah.
I feel like the conference championship would have to matter more. I mean, that's a bigger stage. That's for a trophy. That's a de facto playoff game. I feel like that would have to matter more.
It's later in the season.
Right. I think it doesn't matter here, but I think what would be really interesting to me is a scenario that's not going to play out this year. A scenario in which you have like a Notre Dame that doesn't have a conference championship. What if they were to go undefeated and they're 12-0 and they don't have a conference championship? Should they be allowed to be in the top four in the playoff?
Oh yeah, they would.
I think it depends on their strength of schedule going into that, though.
Sure.
I mean, it's 12-0 this year, yeah.
It's a football this year, but it's also assuming, obviously, like you're insinuating, it depends on.
I think Notre Dame should have to
well.
pay their way in.
To the fans. They should have to pay a stipend to the fans.
Yeah.
Here you go. All right. Who's next?
Number 6. We got Miami, which makes sense, right?
Yeah, this one made me say, whoa, but I get it.
Yep, this is the old, and we're going to stick with this rule. We call it the Alabama rule earlier in the year, where if you beat someone head to head and you have the same amount of losses, that win should matter. And not only that, but the model.
All right, so Temple of Brutus, if you haven't already seen it. So James Madison, the Dukes, instead of Tulane, the green wave for Brian's model. Any way for the model to pick a team with a better nickname? Isn't the green wave what happens after you drink in the French Quarter?
Nice.
It is, actually. I can confirm, unfortunately.
I can confirm, too.
Too many hurricanes.
I went down to I went to grad school at Southern Miss for a year, and
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. And
he was roommates with Brett Favre. It was cool.
I was after that, but I spent a drunken night or two down at the French Quarter. And,
remember when you said you were an actor? Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Would have been a lot cooler story.
There you go. No, but Miami, it's time they get their due, man. It is time they get their due. And I clapped back at the model this week. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure that Miami is not writing the Alabama rule this week?
Who does Miami got left?
Miami plays Pitt.
Oh, that's right. At Pitt.
Oh,
Which is going to be a good game. I mean, Pitt, like we said, one loss. They're a one-loss team with ACC, so this game matters.
Yeah, if the transitive property matters at all, then it won't be a close game.
if Pitt wins that game, Pitt's making this graphic next week, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, I would think so.
Because there'll be a chance for the ACC.
Well, no. Oh, pause. Slow.
They wouldn't make it.
Some of them. They're a 3-loss team now. I mean, just because they beat Miami doesn't mean they make this bracket.
But they only have
as the
2
favorite
losses.
ACC champion.
Sure. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Wait, they have 2 losses in the ACC?
No, they're one loss. They would be making it to the ACC championship game.
Their coach literally said that the Notre Dame game did not matter. It didn't matter if they lost 110-10 or whatever.
110-3, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he genuinely believed that because
they
looked great against Georgia Tech.
Let's just win that ACC, baby. That's really all that he's right. I mean, if you make it to the playoffs, who cares that you lost to Notre Dame?
No, and Miami is a good team. Like they had, and I want to bring this point up. Like Miami had a bad loss. Some would consider a bad loss. I don't know if it's a bad loss or not, but they had 2 losses. It's Louisville, 3-point loss to Louisville, and then they had a close loss to SMU. Both quality teams. They're decent teams. And no one gives Texas Tech a hard time for their loss. But you look at Miami now, and Miami is a quality team. They've got the 12th ranked defense right now, and their offense is not bad. The offense is a 30 ranked defense or a 30 ranked offense, and they just might be a better team than Notre Dame. I mean, hell, they beat them.
Yeah, I mean you can't prove it any more than that,
right? So wake up, CFP. I mean, what more do you want from a team? They have the same amount of losses, and they beat them, and their metrics are better. Miami, I'm sorry if you don't like it or not, Miami's a better team than Notre Dame. Tough love, pun intended.
Okay. Remember we were talking about the college football playoff not putting the teams in based on their projected winner, but they put in Tulane, so they were putting in some winners. This isn't making any sense to me, right?
Yeah. Why did Tulane get the nod? I'm assuming Tulane must have a stronger strength of record.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just
JMU,
saying they get the nod based on they think that they're going to be the representative of the group of 5.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't they give the nod to the ACC champion, their projected ACC champion, if they were doing that for the group of 5 projection?
Like I've got Tulane's, schedule up here, and I just don't get it. Like their best win that they have is against Northwestern. Sure, you beat Northwestern 23-3. What's your claim to fame? You beat the team that almost beat Michigan. I mean, come on, like really? I mean, I don't get it. Like you beat Duke. Okay,
which does not look great right now.
I mean, come on, like Tulsa, East Carolina. Okay, Army. You lose to UTSA. I just don't see it. And then you go to their metrics for Tulane. You got the 91st ranked defense, and those are the teams you're playing, and the 47th ranked offense. You put this team in number 12 against any of these teams, I mean, Tulane is going to get their butts banged.
Well, so then let me ask you this though, because it's as of right now, it appears that Tulane is going to be without a head coach soon. Does that hurt them in the eyes of the committee?
Wait, who's taking Tulane's coach?
Auburn.
Oh, okay.
He's their number one target right now.
What's Tulane's coach name?
John Sumrall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. All right. I didn't realize. I guess I don't know anything about Tulane other than
Not many do.
they're close to the French Quarters.
There you go.
I
Nothing
mean,
else to know.
was it last year that the committee kind of handcuffed? Was it Florida State when their quarterback that got
That was
hurt or something?
Two years ago, yes. Jordan Travis when he got his injury. Yeah.
So I know some people are starting to say that about Lane Kiffin. Okay, are you going to handcuff? Is the committee going to handcuff Ole Miss if he leaves? So is that the same thing for Tulane? Are you going to do that for Tulane?
I mean,
I don't
you
know.
have to.
It's a valid question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But all I know is that our model does not like Tulane. Green Wave might as well, yes, be a drink that you buy on Bourbon Street.
It might be what happens to you after you buy drinks.
Yeah, at Pat O'Brien's at the piano bar.
Interesting.
All right. Yeah. Who's next?
Well, I want to ask you something because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the college football playoff.
What's that?
Well, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Why you put the green wave in, but you don't put the ACC, who you project as the ACC champ?
What do you mean?
If you're projecting the top-rated group of 5, why don't you project the other conferences too?
You talking about our model?
No, I'm talking about in the college football playoff.
I don't know why they don't do that. When they have been doing it the last few weeks, I thought that was bizarre because we do that. It just makes sense when you read through their rules and you have Miami in. It just makes sense because Miami is not projected to be your ACC champion.
Correct.
So by default, you still need an ACC champion. I don't know. It's just the attorney in me. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but I did go to law school and I have a law degree, so I read these things very factually in black and white, and I'm just like that.
Correct.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like you.
So before we move along, we'll address that at the end again. Sorry, Tulane probably gonna make the playoff as the G5, and then whoever wins the ACC championship, and only that ACC team is going. I don't know.
I don't see how you can bump Miami. How?
I don't think you can. I don't think you should.
No, because if you do that, you got to bump Notre Dame.
If Miami loses this weekend, yes.
That's totally different conversation. Yeah. I don't think we're at a point where
projecting Miami wins the ACC championship. They can't.
Well,
unless something crazy happens this weekend.
Well,
beating Pitt would put them.
Beating Pitt would be at 2 losses, and they get the head-to-head.
They need Virginia to lose, actually, they would need Virginia to lose because SMU already beat them. So, yeah.
Who's Virginia playing?
Virginia Tech. So Miami's out.
Yeah, I don't even know that's possible.
I mean, it's possible. Virginia Tech wins.
No, that's not what I meant. I just meant I don't know if it's possible that Miami gets to the ACC championship game.
Oregon at 5.
Oregon at 5.
I mean, I can't even argue it.
I can't argue with Oregon at 5, not with the wins that they've had. And
Oregon is a
barely losing to the number 2 team.
Good team, yes.
I'm guessing Indiana's number 2, right?
I don't know, but I want to pause here and have a discussion about Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon is ranked number 12 offensively, number 3 defensively, You know who Oregon reminds me of?
Last year's Ohio State.
Oregon reminds me a lot of Ohio State last year.
I mean, that kind of reminded me of that. I got the college football playoff projection from last week that we're going to bring up at the end, just because I find that interesting. Anyway.
You know what was very interesting to me? Looking at the schedule last year,
Mm-hmm.
Oregon lost their 6th game in Oregon.
And Ohio State lost their 6th game
in Oregon. And not only that, but Oregon is going to miss the Big Ten championship game. We missed the Big Ten championship game last year, and it turned around our entire season.
But they don't have that galvanizing experience against their rival that they lost to that made them kind of shoot above the rest.
Wait, who's in the Big Ten championship should that other team win this weekend?
Don't you put that juju on me.
No, I'm saying, like, who would be in? I'm genuinely curious. I don't know.
It would be either Michigan or Oregon.
Oh.
How many losses did we have last year?
Because Michigan's only got 1 loss in the Big Ten.
Just pause. Let me finish my train of thought. How many? Which game did we lose at the end of the season?
Oregon, middle of the season. Michigan, end of the season.
So you're saying that Oregon can lose?
Who does Oregon play at the end of this season?
Did I throw that softball up to you or what?
I was trying to get into it, man. Who is there? Who is probably one of the biggest rivalries that no one talks about in the sport of college football? No one talks about this rivalry.
Yeah, because it's more Oregon-Washington. It's a rivalry, but...
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about Ohio State and you talk about Michigan, nothing else compares. But I will tell you this. When I started getting into the Oregon fandom and the Washington fandom, when we played Washington this year and then when we played Oregon last year, I did not realize how much they absolutely abhor each other. They hate each other, man.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And how crazy.
You know what the Washington fans do? The 0 on the helmet means no national titles.
Oh, that's nice. Like that. No, I'm not saying Oregon makes the playoff if they lose to Washington. I don't know if it's possible. But if they do, how crazy would it be if they lose to their rival after losing this, their 6th game to the way we lost, and they still make the playoff? Because this is a good team. Make no mistake about it. I mean, this is a quality team. The way
if they lose to Washington, I'm betting money on them to win the title. That's it. You talk
right.
Yeah, because realistically, I mean, I just don't see how Oregon would be out of the playoff with a loss. With it being only their 2nd loss.
Didn't know they should still be in.
I mean, because they played Indiana tough.
Yeah.
Right. And they beat Iowa. And I'm sorry, man, but Iowa is a good team. They're a great
difference
team.
is, here's the difference. Where was Ohio State ranked before they lost to Michigan in the college football playoff last year?
I don't recall that right offhand.
Number 2 behind Oregon.
Okay.
Right? If I remember.
I'm looking at it. When they played Oregon last year, yes, they were ranked number 2. I got it up right here.
When they played Oregon.
When they played Oregon
last year. What were they when they lost to Oregon at the end of the year?
What was who when they played?
What was Ohio State when they
played Oregon?
No,
No, in the college football playoff. Oregon or Ohio
before they
State was
lost to
ranked.
Michigan.
What was Ohio State?
They were number 2, weren't they?
I think so.
They were ranked number 2 again?
I think so.
Hmm.
Because they kept winning. I mean, you're talking about week 6, and you only had 1 loss. And Oregon was the undefeated team. It looked like they were going to match up again in the Big Ten championship game. And then they lost as 29-point favorites. Right? You keep looking at that.
No, you are correct. They were ranked number 2 again against Michigan when they lost.
So they fell to 8, so they fell 6 spots. Of course, Michigan was definitely worse team than what Washington is this year.
Well, with that being said, they weren't number 8 ranked. They fell to number 8 because of the seeding. Because remember last year the seeding was they had the quirky seeding, so that they don't have to deal with that this year. But
Oregon was favored by 6.5 points to Washington
against Washington.
Yeah,
and I don't know that Washington or Oregon makes it in because to your point, they're ranked a little higher. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where they're ranked on Tuesday tomorrow night, and if they can survive the loss to Washington. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. But
Doug, our honor to defend. I will fight till the end, buddy. All right. What up? I was on Facebook watching this, and I was thinking, why can't I share this? LOL. You can say I've had a good night.
Oh, jeez.
Respect.
He's gonna have a green wave.
Yeah. Here comes the green wave.
Nice. All right. Who's next? Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up. Oregon reminds me a lot of last year's Ohio State.
I like that comparison too.
Very good similarities right there. Okay, here we go. 4, Texas Tech. So top 4 is not changing, correct? Like there's no, this is what it was last week.
I mean, I already know the answer to that, so we'll just let it play out.
None of the teams did anything to not be in the top 4, basically, is the easy way to put it.
Yeah. To change.
But did the order change?
I don't know why it would.
Yeah, I think A&M at number 1 should be about right.
Yeah.
Of course you would. All right, Texas Tech. Let's see.
Number 3. Here we go. To the nitty gritty.
Oh, you're just going to gloss over. You don't even want to talk about Texas Tech.
A&M.
All right, Texas A&M.
We can talk about them both. Come on.
Okay,
together, all in one.
So Texas Tech, 7th ranked offense, 7th ranked defense. We've talked about it before. UCF completely dismantled them 48-9. I think Texas Tech is a quality team, and so does the model. As far as A&M is dog trash, in my opinion, and the model thinks so too. And we talked about it. We talked about it before the show, Cody and I did.
How does the model think it's dog crap?
This might be the worst undefeated SEC team in probably recent history. I mean, you're looking at ranked 15th offensively and 16th defensively, and you go down the list. UTSA 42-24, Utah State 44-22, Notre Dame again, it's a quality win, but by 1 point. Auburn 16-10, Florida 34-17, Arkansas is the bottom dweller, 0 wins in the SEC, 45-42. Missouri, decent win. South Carolina 31-30, and then then you're playing Samford. I mean, you hang 48-0 on them. Sure, that's nice, but this has got to be seriously. If this is the best SEC has to offer, this goes to my point. The SEC is dog shit. Excuse my French.
I don't think they're the best in the SEC.
Only
Well,
thing the best they are is their schedule. They had the best schedule
What's-
you can ask for.
Oh yeah. What's your perspective, or what is your idea who makes the SEC championship game?
I mean, right now, as things sit, it's
Georgia.
A&M and Georgia. Like right now, as how things sit, with
Correct.
Alabama taking that loss. But if A&M loses, I just don't know how that's going to play out. I don't know if it will be Ole Miss that gets in with a win over State or what. Because that would just, I mean, well, I'm just trying to, there's nothing that sets them apart. So it might come down to the ranking maybe, or who had the tougher schedule. And Ole Miss, I think, played a tougher schedule than A&M.
Oh, this is interesting. We got to talk about this at the end. No Bama. Love that.
Oh,
Bump
yeah.
the tide.
Amen to that.
If he
You guys
doesn't
already know
make
how
it,
I feel about Alabama.
if they don't make it, how long does Kalen stay at Alabama? That's 2 years in a row he missed the playoffs.
Yeah, well, he is rumored for a job opening up north, so Penn
Mhm.
State. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, oh,
Why would he
yeah.
go there?
He doesn't fit at Bama.
Okay.
I will say this. Me, obviously living in the state of Alabama, I am surrounded by Alabama fans. I hear from them all the time, every day, all day. I have heard more Alabama fans say he just doesn't fit than I've ever heard in my life about a coach.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're not Saban.
oh, that's true. I mean, that's true. But no,
I mean,
his personality is completely different. He does local like TV commercials for like a restaurant that's an Alabama-based chain,
mhm.
and him and Hugh Freeze did them, picking their own custom burger line, and it just felt cringe. It was bad. So
So
I don't know. He just
they don't
doesn't.
like him because of a commercial.
Well, more than that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like Brian Kelly at LSU. It's just the vibe didn't match, and that's what we
Well,
have at
he didn't come down there and start dancing behind recruits and put a
that
spotlight
we
on himself
know
and give
of.
himself a Southern twang.
It's true though. It's true.
I mean, that right there. I mean, I was pretty much sure it wasn't going to work when I saw the Southern twang on the basketball
Yeah.
game. My
Yeah.
family.
That was so bad.
I mean, see, I could do that, but that was terrible. Like, why would you? How? Why would you? Why? And then
I'm sure
the
a lot of people
recruiting
have
thing,
that.
like dancing behind the recruit, like
His dancing was
again,
so
like,
bad too. It was so
and then you still let them release the video too after watching it.
Man, I
that's
swear,
where yeah.
when I first saw that,
Where-
I thought it was from Dancing with the Stars. And I think I posted that a couple times. I legit, no lie, when I first saw that, it looked like a promo from Dancing with the Stars. What was the guy's name? Richter or whatever. He looked just like the guy who made it almost all the way through this last season of Dancing with the Stars. I flipped out. I was like, what the hell is this crap?
Well, the scarier thing is the fact that recruit chose to not go to Notre Dame and commit to LSU or stay committed to LSU after that video was released. Now he did transfer out, did date Lane Kiffin's daughter, did transfer again after he left Ole Miss, but he still went to LSU originally, which blows my mind.
You need to start an SEC gossip column, man. I'm telling you, you have got all, as the kids say, you've got all the tea.
You do
Oh.
need an SEC gossip column.
I kind of do have one in a way. My roundup I do every week. It'll be released tomorrow. It's got some good juicy details in it.
What did you say? Real? I want to say something along like the Real Housewives of the SEC.
Oh, that would be good. That would be very good. I'll have to do
We got
something like that.
We got something here.
Yeah, we're gonna cook
Man.
with that in a little bit. But hey,
All right,
happy show.
Texas. All right, who's number 2? This is Indiana, right?
Yes.
Number 2 is, I mean, it has been all year.
All right, let's go.
Oh, you gotta be,
Oh my gosh. What?
Number 2, Ohio State.
honestly, I kind of like it for Ohio State's motivational purposes.
Who wants to be number 1 at this point? I would want to earn number 1. I don't want to be labeled as number 1. I want to actually earn number 1.
For sure.
So
Yeah,
why
give
not?
them. I mean, listen, like the only way that the model's taking that Oregon win and running with it as another quality win. And that's the only way this happened, right?
Yep.
Well, it was compounding factors here. At the beginning of the year, Ohio State's opponents actually, even though they weren't ranked, they all actually had winning records, and that actually helped. And if you dove deep into the statistics, they all actually were pretty quality teams. But as you get further into the season, Ohio State's opponents actually are not that good. But to Ohio State's credit, unlike the rest of the FBS, they are handling their business.
Oh yeah.
You know, they took care of Penn State, they took care of Wisconsin, they took care of UCLA, they took care of, I mean, they're handling their business. However, you look at Indiana and, you know, that 5-point win against Iowa initially, that the model was like, that turned out to be a good win.
Mm-hmm.
That 10-point win against Oregon, where we were like, is Oregon not good? No, actually, Oregon turned out to be.
Was there a post about possible Matt Campbell leaving for Arkansas? Is that a rumor? Is that in your Real Housewives of the SEC?
No.
Mind frame?
No. Is it happening?
There's rumors. I don't know. That would surprise me. After all he's turned down,
Yeah.
that would be shocking.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, could they come with that much money? Is that?
You just get that like a Real Housewives. See that? Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, when you got Tyson chicken money and Walmart money, I mean, you can get anybody you want, really.
That's true. But Walmart started in that state up north, so I don't know what the Waltons are a fan of. But
Bentonville, Arkansas, now they've been there for a while, so
yeah, but they're not screaming "ooh suey."
True.
Oh,
very true.
Pig suey.
All right. Well, we want to finish.
All right. So 4 crybaby SEC teams, 1 ACC team, 2 Big 12 teams, 3 Big 10, Notre Dame, and a group of 5 JMU or Tulane. I'd rather be at number 3 and play Oregon or play Notre Dame instead of Oregon. Who's better, y'all think, Oregon or Notre Dame? That's a good question. I don't know.
Notre Dame
as being better.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love is the difference maker for me. With Oregon having a bunch of injuries on the offense right now with playmakers, give me Notre Dame right now.
I wonder what Mike Bowser would say. Notre Dame right now.
I think it would be a fantastic game, though.
Yeah, the model says Oregon. Model says Oregon's better than Notre Dame.
Y'all are talking about OSU team that usually has a weak schedule and still beats the teams they need to by the end of it. They have a reputation of winning. Michigan, though, this weekend, you know, there's something different about Ohio State this year than there has been in the past, and there's something different about Ryan Day. And to me, he turned over into a completely different type of coach after that win that Michigan had last year. That look that he had, and I talked about it before, that look that he had after the Michigan game, watching that all unfold, the flag planting scenario, he was stunned. And there's only 2 ways you can take that. You either thrive after you get punched in the face, or you run away with your tail between your legs. Well, he went on and got that hardware, and that pressure is completely gone. It's not a win or die type of scenario anymore. And now I think he knows it's time to play your game. You're not going to play Michigan's game. And that's what they did last year. They played into Michigan's hand, played the game that Michigan wanted them to play. And that's how they lost.
Yeah. You know, like as an outsider looking in, the way that I've seen Ohio State's schedule, it's like the beginning of the season, Julian Sayin gets in his car and he's driving down a back road and he gets on the interstate. and that's them getting by Texas. And then once he gets up to speed, he puts it on cruise control. And right now he's getting to the part where traffic's starting to back up, so he has to hit the brakes a little bit and take over.
Mhm.
I think that's where Ohio State is in their schedule right now. But I don't see anything that scares me as an outsider that has no bias to either side. I don't see anything right now in Ohio State's path that makes me say they're screwed. I just don't see a weakness. Now, obviously, having injuries at a key position right now is a shame. But after what I
Mhm.
saw with Jeremiah Smith tonight,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
So,
Unless he comes in and tweaks it.
yeah. See, and that is a fear of mine too. Like, does he have so much pride that he wants to play this game and fight
Yes.
through the injury? Like,
Yes.
I hope that if that's the case, I hope somebody says something or at least notices it and really
The medical
modifies
staff.
how he's used.
The medical staff will hold him out, and Ryan Day will agree with it because you have bigger things, bigger fish to fry.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, we don't want to say that as Ohio State fans, but would you have a chance of bringing home extra hardware?
Yeah.
Back to back is what this team wants. They definitely want that trip to Indy for sure and win the Big Ten championship. But if someone's injured and they're a multi-million-dollar injury, losing them for the rest of the year is that's just something you'll have to take. I don't know if Tate's back, man. I like my personal opinion. I don't have any inside information on it, but I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I will say about this, this model though is that this model is accounting for like this week right now, how the stats sit right now, and it cascades for the opponents and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do I personally think Ohio State is a better team than Indiana? And if they played today, would Ohio State beat Indiana? Assuming Tate and Smith played, yes, I absolutely 100% unequivocally think Ohio State is a better team than Indiana. I'll say that on high right now, 1,000% that they will beat them. But this is the merit-based model, and the merit-based model is how she sits now. And how she sits now, Indiana deserves to be number one. And bias aside, we have to put Ohio State number two.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So things that changed from last week to this week.
A lot.
A lot has changed. So we got another week that things can change even more. Obviously, Oregon was a big mover and a shaker from last week this week. Alabama's out. Were they one that was bumped by chance?
Yep.
Really, we had
Yeah.
Oklahoma that was bumped.
Yep.
Virginia, they would have to be in there as the ACC champ now. But who was bumped at the 12 spot?
Alabama was 12 this week.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma was 11 this week.
So you got two SEC teams really bumped. Obviously, back up here where they were talking about how many teams, Temple of Brutus, there's actually less SEC teams.
Yep. It's amazing that Ole Miss doesn't even play and they get bumped 4 spots.
Yeah, the model is increasingly disliking the SEC, and as we get into this discussion,
But Georgia moved up. No, they didn't. They got bumped too.
Yep.
As we get into the discussion next year, we look towards SEC moving to 9-team schedule. It's going to be interesting. Do they get to 3 and 4 losses? Do they have less teams in the playoff? Less teams making bowl games, and it's just going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
That will be interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, and something's got to change about how they do the preseason rankings, because it's every year that there's some teams that really get pushed to the top that don't deserve to be there, and they stay a little bit too long.
Yep.
Just kind of ride that wave.
And they play on that all season long, that
Mhm.
these are quality wins and they don't deserve them. And then you get to the end of the season and no one wants to talk about it. Like that redheaded stepchild that no one wants to talk about at the end of the season. It's like, hey, yeah, we don't want to talk about all those SEC teams that were ranked in the preseason that aren't ranked anymore.
Oh, if anyone in the comments, either today live or afterwards, wants to talk about how we should project the model for the championship games, that's a conversation we got to have soon. So
Yes.
get in there in the chat. Tell us how we should factor in the championship games. Should we drop the team if they lose by a small margin? All right. Do we not penalize the team if they lose by a small margin? If it's a large margin, obviously, we got to get that head-to-head in there. And if it's a rematch, what matters more, the championship game or the previous game in the season?
Good point.
And then what happens if that team that loses twice in the championship game? Does that preclude them? Let's say
I
they
think
only have
that's
two.
where it
What
should
happens
have
if what happens if they only have 2 losses and it's that same
to
team?
the same team. Yeah.
Do they not make the playoff? I don't know if we know what if we have that scenario, but what
Happened with SMU and Clemson last year?
Yeah, SMU lost.
Clemson beat SMU.
And
Did they
took
play
no
in the regular
punishment.
season?
I don't think they played
I
regular
don't think
season.
they did. I don't remember it at least.
But
So,
no,
have
SMU
we
didn't
had-
get penalized.
No, they didn't. And I
Not
don't
at all.
think that they should, because that was a close game.
I mean, it kept Alabama out of the playoff. I was okay with it,
Yeah.
just to be honest.
Did you want to talk about any upcoming shows and or Michigan score projections or?
I think we save the score projection for tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know, unless the Bayou Bengal backers wants to come up with some score projections for the SEC games.
Yeah, I can give you some stuff.
Egg Bowl. What do you think?
Egg Bowl, I think there's a lot in the mind of Ole Miss. I think it's going to look similar to Mississippi State, Texas. That being said, give me a shootout, 38-35 Ole Miss.
Ooh, interesting. Where's that?
It's going to be in, I think it's in Starkville this year, if I'm not mistaken.
That would make for a rowdy crowd.
Yeah. Ole Miss at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So
what other big? Oh, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that one, like I told you earlier, I think Georgia Tech's, they got this one circled. I think this one will be a lower scoring game, though. I think it's going to be more like a 20-17, and it's a toss-up, but I'll say Georgia Tech because I'm in a good mood about them right now.
I'm in a good mood.
Texas A&M.
I think Texas takes it. I think they win.
I see that happening too.
34-20. Why not?
Yeah, I just don't see Texas going down 4 games in a season, man.
It wouldn't feel right.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right, man. And yeah, Texas A&M just isn't that good. I just don't think they're that good.
All right. So if that happens, where would we project Texas A&M?
I think they'll be probably a 7 to 9 range.
They're going to be on the green wave.
Pretty much. Because I will say, I think Texas A&M is a lock for the playoff at this point. But
good morning. Have a good morning, Doug. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Peace out. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
appreciate
you. Out with us.
All right. Yeah, this is bugging me. Why do you put in Tulane if you don't put in the championship winners? If you don't project those?
Yeah, that needs to make sense. So first team out BYU, the other one is Utah.
And this was last week, obviously.
Yeah. Well, Tulane's your group of 5 winner. So
yeah,
that's what we have.
Yeah.
We threw in.
So we got the Big Ten winner projected, either Ohio State or Indiana, and they're both making it. The SEC those don't matter because you're getting more than one or two in.
And you can see what they did. Number 11, Miami. They threw in Miami as the.
And that's the only ACC team.
They threw in Miami as the ACC champion, but Miami's not the ACC champion. I don't know why.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
I think they put Miami in there as the highest.
Oh, they put
ranked.
them in. They put them as a must-win conference to get in.
Oh, is that what I see that. Yeah, must win conference.
Ah.
Yeah, but that's their stipulation. Yeah.
I get it now. They're in because they're the highest rated ACC team. And then they're saying they must win the conference though to solidify it.
So yeah,
that's a cop out.
That's a cop out because they know they're not going to win. They're not even going to make it to the ACC championship game. I like the way we're doing it better because we already know they're not even going to make it to the ACC championship game. So you have to have an ACC.
Yeah, they're artificially bumping people that wouldn't be bumped.
Yeah, that's not right. You have to account for another ACC champion in there.
And honestly, looking at this, I don't really see where they're going to change hardly anything on these rankings. I mean, you might see them give Oklahoma a little bit of love and jump Oregon, maybe, but I don't even think that makes sense considering Oregon's a one-loss team.
And their scenario here, actually, Miami doesn't even get in because Miami gets bumped by the ACC champion because the ACC champion would bump number 11 here.
Yep.
So that doesn't even make any sense. Come on, guys.
Yeah, they got to get their shit together. Come on, ESPN, you're better than that.
I mean,
so the only way Miami gets in is that they're ranked 10.
Yeah,
correct.
But then again, too, you got to think about the fact that there's a few teams on this list. There's a good chance they could lose this week. I mean, Texas A&M's favored to lose potentially. Alabama,
but
Ole
also
Miss, Oklahoma.
Going back to how they projected this, if Miami is ranked at 11, they're not going to get in.
No, they're not going to get in 11. They're going to get bumped by their own conference champion.
So they're going to have to be ranked higher,
which
they have Notre Dame. Yeah, so they're not doing head-to-head at all. It doesn't matter.
Which, again, it's my argument for the CFP. It's bullshit. You have 2 losses. Notre Dame has 2 losses. Miami beat Notre Dame
has 2 good losses, though.
Yes.
Miami has 1.
I mean, that argument might erode. That's bullshit. I mean, the metrics, Miami is better metrically than Notre Dame at this point. They're taking care of business. You beat them head-to-head. I mean, come on. At this point, Miami is a better squad than Notre Dame. And they beat them head-to-head. The numbers, that's exactly what the numbers say. They're a better squad on paper as well.
Now, if Miami gets left out of the playoffs and Notre Dame gets in, that's bad that's a bad look.
I agree.
I mean, if they're both in, who cares where they're ranked? But I could have them justify it, and I'd be okay with it that Notre Dame's a little bit higher. But if Miami gets left out and Notre Dame gets in, I don't really agree with that.
Yeah, beating a team,
the game's got to matter.
Should matter. That should matter. Now, if you have 3 losses and Notre Dame has 2, sure, I get it. But if you both have 2 losses at the end of the day and you beat Notre Dame,
and you can't even look at who Notre Dame beat necessarily as great wins. What's their best win? USC and Pittsburgh, right? Good teams, but not great teams.
Yeah.
But what's Miami's best win? Notre Dame is one of them.
Right. And they beat South Florida. South Florida's creeping back in the rankings.
When they beat South Florida, it was a very good win too.
Yeah, and they didn't just beat them. I mean, they did the old Kirk song.
But we just talked about that. You don't count a win like that if they're not good all season. Like when you beat them, if they're
Well,
Well,
I
not
mean,
only that, but the 2 losses they had against Louisville and SMU, both decent teams, were very close losses. It's not like they got smoked. They were close losses to quality teams. It's not like they're bad teams.
They should be pretty close to even.
Again, nobody's out here giving
rankings 9 and 11. They're close. So
nobody's out here giving Texas Tech a hard time about their 26-22 loss to Arizona State. Like Arizona State's a decent team, 8-3, but still they lost to that team, 8-3 team. No, you don't hear anyone out here giving them a hard time.
They backed it up against the teams that they did play that were good on their schedule.
Yeah, had their quarterback had not been out, I think they win that game 99 out of 100 times.
Yeah, but sure. But who's the only other good teams that they play that they beat?
I mean, what? BYU, I'm assuming they probably played Utah and beat them.
Sure, they beat BYU. They beat Utah and Houston. Sure, those are good teams. But who the fuck did Miami beat?
Oh, I mean, Miami's got a better resume overall, sure.
Yeah. So to our point, again, if you beat a team, that should matter. And to your point, Steve, exactly. If we're here at the end of the season and Miami has 2 losses, and Notre Dame has 2 losses, and Miami's not in the playoff, you got a problem. Especially if you went half the season with what I like to call the Alabama rule, and you were saying this bad Alabama team. We all knew Alabama was bad, and now it's looking like Alabama's bad. And you were putting them ahead of other teams because of head-to-head, but you're not going to do it for Miami. That's a bad look.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Temple Brutus says Miami has to get in order for SCESPN.
I love it. I love that so much. I haven't seen that used in a while, and I miss that.
To get 5 teams in, I mean, the ACC. I don't think you should be able to argue for 5 teams in.
No.
Honestly, you need some parity in the playoffs. You need to be able to see what other conferences have to offer. And the only way to really see that is to see them matched up against other conferences.
Yep.
Like 5, why does that 5th place team deserve to be in? I don't think a 5th place team in the Big Ten should ever get in either. Like 4 is really the limit in my there may be scenarios where you're like, you have to, but I don't see that scenario playing out this year.
It would be different if the SEC was hands down, dominating. But the SEC is bad. It is really bad. If they were up, they're not good.
It means more good.
They are not good.
Watch the SEC win a natty now.
Yeah. Now, if they do, then
if they were out there dominating and they deserve to have 5, then sure, I would be the first person out and be like, damn, you know what? I would love to see some good college. At the end of the day, I just want to see some good college football.
If anything, based on the last 2 years, the Big Ten deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Agreed.
Right now. I mean, that could change this year in the playoffs, but based on last year in the playoffs and the games last year and the year before that, it was starting to swing the Big Ten's way.
Yep.
I mean, you got to give it to the Big. You got to give it to who's shown you it. Like, this is a what have you done for me lately world, especially when it comes to rankings. So, what have you done for me lately? There's no reason 5 should get in from the SEC.
I agree.
Well, I'll give you 4. Go ahead. Give 4 because there's a lot of parity in the SEC. Okay, so we don't really know who is the 3rd best team in the SEC. So get the 4th one in there. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm willing to do that.
Hey guys, I'm looking at the schedule here, and the final CFP selection show is Sunday, December 7th.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do one more of these, I guess, maybe next Monday, and then maybe do you guys?
What time is it on Sunday? Or it's on Monday. You said Monday. Sorry.
No, it's Sunday, December 7th, noon to 3 p.m. So that's the final selection show. So we could do one of these next Monday, the 24th. And then if you wanted to, we could do a condensed one, maybe like Friday or Saturday or Sunday before selection.
Sure.
Sunday. It's up to you guys. We can make that decision after
That's
next
something I'll have
Monday.
to figure out a little later on.
Yeah.
But it's time for me to get to bed.
Yeah. This was fun.
Hey,
fun.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't already, go check out cfbackers.com for all your articles. I know there's a big one that's out right now by Brian Buckeye Stats. We'll be talking about that in detail tomorrow. So check us out if you're an Ohio State fan, if you're a Michigan fan, or if you just love talking about big time games, because we'll be talking about it tomorrow, 10 o'clock, same place. All right. Join us. Go check out our link for Polymarket, our new sponsor. This is all presented by Polymarket. So Polymarket, sorry, go check them out. It's all your betting needs in a wide variety of betting odds. It's crazy. All right. Anything you want to bet on, you can do it on Polymarket. If you want to bet on politics, it's there. In fact, didn't the Biden administration try to ban Polymarket?
That I'm not aware of.
I have to look that up, but that's something I
I
heard.
don't know, but I got a bet for you.
What's that?
I got a bet by midnight that Cody Croy, Boomin' Buckeyes, who's at 993 followers, will get to 1,000. I have to stand on my head.
I'm ready for it.
You got a few more minutes, though. There better be video, not just.
He's got 7 more. Yeah, go follow him at Boomin' Buckeyes. He is killing it on the recruiting trail for us.
He really is.
All right. Until later, peace out. God bless. Everyone have a great evening. And watch some college football. And if you're going to bet on it, use our link to Polymarket. Peace out. It's in the chat.